U.S. sailors speak out about the 2004 UFO Nimitz encounter. This is by NWO report on Out of Mind 2. What exactly did the U.S. Navy encounter 15 years ago off the Southern California coast? Crew members who were aboard the Navy warship during a strange incident involving unidentified flying objects in 2004 have come forward with new details about their mysterious encounter. 5 sailors say that they witnessed mysterious tic-tac shaped, unidentified flying object that harassed and outperformed fighter jets. They also claimed that 2 mysterious individuals confiscated videos of the incident and that all other evidence at the time was wiped from data recording equipment. RT reports on a training mission with Nimitz Carrier Group in November 2004, about 100 miles off the coast of Southern California. Technicians on the USS Princeton began to notice anomalous ghost tracks and clutter on the ship's radars. Concerned, the Princess's brand new AN Spy 1B radar system was acting up. The crew calibrated the high-tech gear to clear the errors, but the ostensibly false radar tracks only amplified and became stronger, the first sign something rather strange was happening. Once we finished the recalibration and brought it back, the tracks were already actually sharper and clearer. This is what former Petty Officer 3rd Class and Princeton radar technician Gary Vuris told Popular Mechanics. Sometimes they'd be at an altitude of 80,000 or 60,000 feet. Other times they'd be around 30,000 feet, going like 100 knots. Kevin Day, a senior chief operations specialist tasked with monitoring the airspace around the Princeton, also noticed the bizarre radar effects from the ship's Combat Information Center, which continued for several days. Quote, "The reason why I said they're weird is because they were appearing in groups of 5 to 10 at the time, and they were pretty close spaced to each other." This is what Day said in the commentary, the documentary, The Nimitz Encounters, describing the radar tracks. As the crew kept tabs on the mysterious signals, Vuris became convinced this was no typical radar error, and attempts to put eyes on whatever was causing the anomaly. Using the ship's system to pinpoint the signals, and then peering through heavily magnified binoculars, he finally caught a glimpse. While the objects were too far away to clearly discern, Vuris is sure he saw something zipping around in the distance. He said, I could not make out the details, but they'd just be hovering there. Then all of a sudden, in an instant, they'd dart off to another direction and stop again. After nearly a week of hide and seek with the objects, Day persuaded his superiors to allow the intercept attempt, dispatching 2 FA-18s to investigate, making visual contact from about a mile away. The fighter pilots said they spotted an elongated egg-like object, solid white, smooth, with no edges, according to an executive summary from an unofficial military investigation into the incident obtained by journalist George Knapp. The objects proved too elusive to the fighter jets, however, and they were eventually forced to abandon the effort. A second attempt would produce the now infamous infrared footage leaked to the media in 2017, featuring a pill-shaped object hovering in the sky and audio of bewildered fighter pilots struggling to identify the craft. While the footage was first released by the military for use in an internal database in 2017, the Pentagon only confirmed its authenticity in September and maintains it was never cleared for release to the general public. Was this a cover-up or a screw-up? Over a decade on from the mysterious encounter, Princeton crew members are still scratching their heads about what happened that week in November of 2004, as well as the events that followed. Soon after the FA-18 intercept, Vuris says 2 men arrived on the Princeton and in search of the data recording captured during the run-in, which he was ordered to turn over immediately. Other recording devices on the ship had also been wiped clean. He said, "They even told me to erase everything that's in the shop, even the blank tapes." What really made this incident alarming was when a Black Hawk helicopter landed on our ship and took all our information from the top secret rooms. This is what another sailor said about the Princeton. This is what he told Popular Mechanics under condition of anonymity. Quote, "We were all pretty shocked, and this was an unspoken rule not to talk about it because we had secret clearances and did not want to jeopardize our careers," he said. Now, skeptical about a cover-up, however, one of the FA-18 pilots present for the intercept, Commander David Fravor, believes the data was simply lost or recorded over on accident, though he acknowledges the disappearance of data records on the ship. He said, "I think Commander Fravor's opinion on how the tapes went missing is the most plausible explanation." This is what Vincent Aiello, another retired officer, pilot familiar with the Fravor account, told Popular Mechanics. He said, "However, a lot of squadron personnel have access to those materials, so it leaves the door open that someone could have intentionally taken them," end quote. Despite the disagreement among some of the crew about where the Pentagon sought to bury the event under the rug, several witnesses remained convinced something bigger than a radar error was at work and stand by their stories. Quote, "This thing, it was so much more than what you see in the 2017 video." This is what former Petty Officer 3rd Class and Princeton crew member Jason Turner said. This is on Out of Mind 2 from NWO Report. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.